Now, building a business profile. So now we're going to talk about the different steps that you need to take to build and position your business profile and how to structure your business so that you can actually get approved for this funding. Okay, so when you're building your business profile, there's a list of steps that you need to take in sequential order so that you can fully optimize your business profile and you can structure it in a way that you can go out and get funding. Okay, step number one is to first reserve the name of the business. Okay, now I want you to take note and notice that I didn't say go out and register the business. Okay, you want to reserve the name of the business. And it'll be clearer once we get to the next couple of steps. So what you want to do first is you want to go to your Secretary of State website and you want to go to the business search area. Okay, and just search different names that you pick for your business and make sure that it's available first. Okay, this is the first step. Now, when you're reserving the name and when you're picking the name for your business, you want to make sure that you're careful. And the reason why is because different names, might cause a red flag in the system. Okay, so what happens when you put in your application is, you know, an AI or a software first screens all the different applications and they look at things like the names and other factors that we're going to talk about. And if there's any, certain keywords that are listed in that name, some of them might be high risk and your application might be denied as a result. So the name that you pick is extremely important. What do I mean? Some good names that you can use are very vague, general names like consulting, enterprise, management, etc. Okay, and examples of names that you want to stay away from are things like, Jerry's Auto Shop, right? Or Jerry's Auto Store or whatever, right? Things like, let's say, Alex Trucking Company, right? I mean, the reason why is because, the auto industry can sometimes be considered as a high risk industry. Okay. Same thing with trucking, right? So if you have certain keywords or buzzwords in your name, it could be flagged. Okay. So it's best practice to stay general, and stay very high level with the name that you pick. Okay. The next thing that you want to do is you want to determine your NAICS code. All right. Your NAICS code is simply your North American Industry Classification Code. Okay. It's the industry of business that you're in. Okay. And similar to the name, right, there's three types of NAICS codes from a risk perspective. Some are considered low risk, some are considered high risk, and some are even blacklisted, meaning that they're not even going to give you funding at all if you're in that code. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're careful when you're determining the type of NAICS code that you use for your business. All right, now the types of codes that are favorable for getting funding and have been known to be approved more often and even for higher limits are codes associated with consulting, okay, and codes associated with management. Okay, also e-commerce as well. Okay, and below this video, I'm going to link specific codes that you can use to actually set up your business to make sure it's highly fundable. Okay, and it doesn't matter what kind of business you're doing, really. If, there's always going to be a management component of it. There's also always going to be a consulting component of it to some extent. So you can always kind of leverage that for funding when you're going out to select a business. Okay, so very similar with how you pick the name, you have to be careful with the NAICS code so that you don't shoot yourself in the foot before you even get started with the application process. Okay, the next step is to go out and get a virtual address. Okay, now getting a virtual business address is extremely important because again, credit is all about perception. Okay, now having a virtual business address shows that you're a serious business person. So unless you have an actual brick and mortar business, meaning you have your actual office, physical location, then I recommend going out to go and get a business virtual address. Okay, and there's many services out there that will provide you with one. Okay, and then some of them would, there's even one very cool one called Opus that would actually report your payments, okay, your payments for the office on your business credit, thereby allowing you to build your business credit. I'm going to drop a link under below, and I highly recommend going forward with that one. That way you get additional incentive for getting a business address. Okay. The other thing is when you're picking the location, you want to make sure it's in an affluent location or area within your city of where you're operating your business. Okay. A good hint is where a lot of banks are located. Okay. Typically skyscraper buildings, and those type of areas. Okay. So you can find those by leveraging one of the services linked below. And that's your third step. So go out and get yourself a virtual business address. Next up is to get a business phone number. Okay. Now, getting a business phone number, same idea. You want to look professional. You want it to be a business number that's independent of your primary phone number. Okay. And you can set up call forwarding and things like that to where, you receive business calls on that line and then it can forward it to your phone if needed. Okay. But you want it to be separate again, so that you can seem more creditworthy and fundable and more professional. Okay. And there's lots of services where you can get that as well. You might even consider, getting a 1-800 number or a toll-free number as well. The next step is to get a business email address. Okay, so all this information all these steps that you're building on your business are going to be, used on your application. Okay, so your business address should not be your Gmail. It should not be your Yahoo. You want to go to like GoDaddy, for example, and actually get a business, an official business email address for your business. Okay. Now, once you do that, then you want to go ahead and actually register your LLC. Okay, so once you got all your information set up for your business, you have all the steps for, actually registering your business. Now you can use that information to actually go ahead and register your LLC. All right. Now, a lot of people do this backward. Okay. And, a lot of people that we work with, we have to actually go back and start to fix this information and update a lot of the information because they set it up with different emails, different phone numbers, different addresses, different names, and those kinds of things. So you want to make sure you set this thing up right the first place. Okay. So if you have an existing business that you want to leverage, you want to go ahead and make sure that all that information is updated and consistent across all the databases. And if you're setting up a new business, then you want to register it with all the information from steps 1 through 5 before you actually register the LLC. Okay, and you can register the LLC on your own by going to your Secretary of State website. Just Google Secretary of State in whatever state that you're in, and you can actually register your LLC that way. Okay, then there's also companies that would help you to register your LLC for you. Okay, and that will allow you to actually do that without having to do it on your own. Now, they do charge you a fee for this, and you can actually do it that way. The next step is once your LLC is registered, you then want to go ahead and get your EIN number. Okay, so you can register your business EIN number by strictly going to the irs.gov website, and you can do it on your own. Okay, a lot of the service providers that help you to set up your LLC would actually do this for you. Okay, they can help you get your EIN number, but they'll charge you a fee. Okay, so you can simply go to irs.gov, all right, and then get your EIN number by yourself. It's a very simple process, takes about 10 minutes, and then within minutes, they'll actually send you an EIN letter, okay, to your email, and then on that letter, you'll see your EIN number. Okay, so once you get your LLC, you can get your EIN number, and then once you get your EIN number, you then want to go ahead and open up a business checking account. All right, now, you're not in business until you have a business checking account. Okay, so having a business checking account is very, very essential to structuring your business and being in business. Okay, and it's also another way to actually establish and build relationships with banks, which is another key component of getting access to funding. You want to start to build relationships with banks. What are some other ways that you can build relationships with banks? Okay, outside of opening, checking accounts, you can also leverage other services that they offer. Okay, so banks offer a ton of other services. They offer services like, merchant accounts. They offer services like secured credit cards and secured lines of credit, where you put down some collateral like cash and then they give you a line of credit. Okay, they offer services like, like personal checking accounts, okay, savings accounts. Okay, so the more of these things that you have, the better. Now, I'm not saying you should go and open all these different, accounts and services with them. Okay, but at least 1 or 2 of them will put you in good position. Okay. Another creative way that you can actually build a relationship with banks is by being an authorized user with them, maybe on a different product. Okay. Or by applying to some service or product via a referral link, right, through somebody else that you know. Okay. So that's another creative way. And there's lots of ways to build a relationship. Okay. But opening up a checking account is extremely essential. And to do that, all you want to do for some banks, you can open them online. Okay, and then for other banks, you might have to go in, but the only information that you're going to need to do this is your LLC, is your articles of incorporation, which is your LLC document, and your EIN number. Okay, so open up your business checking account next, and then In doing that, I would also put in a deposit. And if you can, set up a direct deposit as well. These are things that are going to help your internal credit score with that bank, thereby building you more a higher level of relationship with that bank. And the more relationship you have with the bank, the more funding that they give you. Okay, so I've just told you guys at least 5 ways that you can build relationships outside of opening bank accounts. Okay, that's going to help you get even more funding. Okay, so I want you to do at least 3 of those things that I've mentioned once you've opened up a business checking account. And then number 9 is, you want to then go ahead and actually build public presence on that business. And how you do that is you can list it on different business directories online. A lot of them are free, like the 411 records online. You could also list it on Yelp. You could also list it on, Google Business Listing, okay, and other online registries like that. Okay, also setting up a website is not a bad idea, like a landing page. Okay, that way your business is searchable. Okay, all these things matter when it comes to structuring your business the right way so that you can position yourself for funding. All right, now as a bonus, number 10 is you want to get a registered agent. Now, it's not compulsory to get a registered agent, okay? But it's very, 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 very key to do that for your business. And I'll tell you why. Having a registered agent allows you to have separation in your business, okay? Who is a registered agent? A registered agent is essentially somebody who is going to receive important documentations on behalf of your business, okay? The name of the registered agent is also on the public record for your business, okay? So since it's not going to be your name, it helps to create a level of separation between you and your business. Okay, so privacy and security is what it offers as well. Okay, so having a registered agent can really, really, really help you from that perspective. And then also banks see it as, being more professional. And like I said, the credit game is all about perception. Okay, so you want to look good on paper, and having a registered agent helps you to accomplish that at a very, very high level. Okay, just ask yourself, which big company do you know out there doesn't have a registered agent? Okay, not a lot of them. Actually, none of them really. Okay, so you want to go ahead and set that up as well for your business. There's a small fee to this every single year, but for some of these companies that help you set up your LLC, they'll actually offer you a registered agent for free for a year or more.